Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Almighty Allah, the entirely merciful and the specially merciful. Dear viewers across the globe, as we always begin our program and end it, we do this by greeting you with the most important and the most common and the most beloved greetings among all humans. It's the greeting that spreads air of peace everywhere it is used. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. May peace be unto you. Ameen, ameen. Dear viewers, we love peace. We want to enjoy peace. We want to see peace implemented in our life. And therefore, we are commanded to use this greeting with those whom we know and with those whom even we don't know. We still want to spread this life, this world with peace. Therefore, it is very recommended for us and for others to use this greeting that spreads peace, spreads the air of comfort among humans. Welcome to this program. Welcome to Treasures from the Holy Quran. Welcome to the golden opportunity that you will know things you have not known before, that perhaps millions, if not billions of humans, they are not aware of. That's why it's a very important program. That's why we say it. We say that this is golden opportunity, and I mean really valuable things that I hope that you don't miss, and I hope myself that I don't miss. This is where we know what the creator of this universe, the creator of the entire humanity, tells us about himself, tells us about the world, tells us about the future that will happen to us. It is something that you never ever find in any other book, with the authenticity that every man with wisdom is looking for. So that's why we get a lot of things at the same time. Alhamdulillah, we are lucky to have this book among us. And I think that if you find the Muslims, if you know a Muslim, you don't find a single copy of the Quran in his or her house. In fact, you will find more than 10, if not 20, and if not more than this. It's so valuable, and they are ready to share it with you. They are ready to give it to you for free because they know that you need it, and they know that they will be rewarded by the Lord when they share it with you. And that's why we have this program and many other programs and many Islamic channels, alhamdulillah, that does its best to share this with all human beings. So take the opportunity, take the chance, don't miss it. Therefore, I ask you to listen attentively and then verify it and then make some search, more search and research on it until you understand exactly the ayat that we deal with. In every episode, we get one or two ayat, very short ayat, and we try to explain them as much as we can. Yet, once you know these ayat, you yourself, after listening to it, try to explore, try to make research on them so that you would be able to understand them as much as you can. Then after that, the most important thing is implementation. You implement them and change them into actions and then share them with other humans. Dear viewers, we are on the same chapter that we were in the last few episodes. It's a chapter that's called Ankaboot, the web or the spider. Chapter number 28. Chapter number 29 in the Holy Quran, and we are in ayah number 41. And we may go further until we reach 43 if we have time. This is how the ayah reads. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. It's ayah number 41, as I mentioned. مثل الذين اتخذوا من دون الله أولياء. مثل الذين اتخذوا من دون الله أولياء كمثل العنكبوت اتخذت بيتا وإن أوهن البيوت لبيت العنكبوت لو كانوا يعلمون. This can roughly be translated as the likeness of those who take false deities, false supporters as awliya, as protector and helpers, other than Allah, is the likeness of a spider who builds for itself a house. But verily, the weakest of houses is the spider's house, if they but knew. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us something of great importance for us. Some people who don't believe in Allah, they try to find a substitute for Allah. They try to say, okay, this is my God, this is my helper, this is my supporter. And people, they select other than Allah. It's because they make a fatal mistake because of lack of knowledge. So if you don't know what is in this book, you may be responsible for killing yourself and punishing yourself. It's as if somebody simply that you go to a pharmacy and you select a medicine that's attractive and you think that this medicine is the one that cures you, and you use it or you abuse it, and then you kill yourself because you got it without knowledge. You don't know the prescription of it, you don't know its real value and its side effects, and you harm yourself by your own choice. So if you miss the golden opportunity that is given to you by this program and many other programs, you are responsible for your own death, because you are the one who selected the medicine that treats you without knowledge. If you don't know Allah, that He is the one, the only helper for you, the only Lord that protects you, and you look for somebody else, and you resort to him with this negative and lack of knowledge, you kill yourself. So some people who don't know Allah, and some people who know Allah, yet they reject Him, they don't want to take Him. They look for other helpers and supporters, and there is no real help except in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They are like the spider that tries to build up a house to protect itself. And you know that the house of a spider is from some sort of weak thread. This web that they make for themselves are so weak, even if you blow in them, you destroy not only one house, but perhaps tens of these houses. And this is something that, it's the weakest house. And by the way, this can be a question for any human being who claims that they have knowledge. And he is educated at this university or that school or others. Ask the people now, what is the weakest house in this whole world? You, as a Muslim, who had this opportunity and this luck to get this book in your hand and to read it and to benefit from it, you are the only one who knows the answer. The answer is the web, the spider's house or the spider's web. This is the weakest house on this earth. As Allah Himself tells us. How would I know? How would a Muslim know this question? You don't know. You did not go anywhere in the world, everywhere in the world. You have seen some places and some houses, and you've studied a lot of years this science. Yet, you are going to experiment. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, it is the weakest house is the house of the spider. Yet, the spider, out of ignorance, the spider thinks that this house can give it some protection. No. That's what Allah says, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes it very simple, very easy to understand. You don't need that huge education that you get. You don't need to join a school of medicine or a school of geography or a school of whatever to get this information. It's very simple. Allah makes it easy for you. The spider's web, the spider's house is the weakest house. Yet, the spider itself thinks that it is a house, that it can protect it. It can help it at some times. It does not. A lot of people in the world are fooled by someone on this planet, whether it is their community or their parents or their teachers. Some people told them that. If you resort to other helpers, other awliya, other than Allah, they will protect you. No. Yet, everyone who has not access to this great book, who does not know what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said about these houses and those helpers, that they are failure completely because they are other than Allah. So instead of experimenting year after year and after year, after century after that, instead of going to sources other than Allah, instead of going to get only knowledge from limited sources and weak sources and unable sources, unauthentic sources, you will never be able to know what benefits you. But if you know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you know that He says nothing but the truth, and you get this knowledge from the Holy Quran, now I'm quite sure that you are so proud that you know what is the weakest house in this world. Yet, this is not the goal, the true goal of this ayah. The purpose of this ayah tells you, if you listen to other sources than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you will definitely deviate. No matter how reputable is the source that you look into it and you listen to it and you try to get it from. So these parables in the Quran are very significant, and many others like that. It tells us this parable for those like this animal that makes a house, a web, the spider. Many humans are like this. Try to imagine. Many humans fail to know what is the strongest hold, the strongest protection that you can get, which is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So they fail, they go to other. And then after many years or after centuries, they discover that this was a wrong decision. Before you fall into this wrong decision, this is your opportunity to learn what your Lord, what our Lord has told us about this. And therefore, you would find many parables in the Quran. And these are very significant because we may not really understand what we read unless we find some parables. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala presents these parables for us as a mercy for us, as a mercy for some people who may not understand. So therefore, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives them some examples, some parables, some likeness, so that they would be able to understand. And therefore, a Muslim, a sincere Muslim, from the bottom of his heart or her heart, to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for guiding him. We thank Allah for this guidance, for this book, that without it, we would never be able to understand these things. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it so easy for us to understand this and to understand the wisdom for this. I will never take anyone other than Allah as a supporter and as a helper. When I seek the support, I seek the support only of one, of my Creator. That's what we learn from this parable and from other parables as well. Therefore, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is worthy of praise. He's the only one who is worthy of being praised and being praised by. We do thank Allah for this knowledge, and we ask Him to continue guide us until we die and we meet Him on the Day of Judgment. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.